Okay, we're back. This looks good, but I don't think that's what I'm gonna be using.
It's hot. It's hot. Check it out. 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 It's hot. It's hot. Check it out.
Okay, I think I have an idea. Okay. Actually, that doesn't work. Okay. Like, let's see. I generate like this sort of river. But then my screen size is only like this big. So I want to know, okay, which part of, what is here? Or I want to know what is here. What is here? And I don't want to have to like know about everything else. Or not really, do I? I could like just define like rivers with like mathematical functions, like a curve, and then at any point I just give it the x-axis. Like I give you like what is here, and I plug my x into my formula, and then I would get like the location of a river. But this only works for like rivers that go from left to right. Oops. Kind of interesting though. And I have formulas that okay, so I need this sort of function that takes something like an x. Okay, so I create this function called like getRiver, and I give you like this x and y, and maybe width and height. So whatever this does, it returns something. Returns what? Maybe it returns an array which is of size width times height. Get river, how does that work? And how do I ensure that the river is a constant flow, like? Okay, so this is wrong. I cannot say x, y. It's not really an x, y, but it's like the x and y is like this corner. And then the width is this. So I'm essentially giving you my camera data. And I say return something. What do you return? Or you return this sort of river. The problem is that I need to realize, I need to know like this point where the river starts. Without having to be aware of what came before. Or what, like I need to be able to tell exactly where the river is given some coordinates without having to know about the river elsewhere. How do I do that? Maybe I need to define, yeah, exactly, the river as a function. Or a series of function. And do I want the river to always be near my camera or not? Like, do I care if the river is actually generated like really far away? Or do I want to make it so that the river always sort of follows the camera, or the levels rather? Maybe I shouldn't care about that. I wonder if there's such a thing as like multi-ways function or something. Where like given a single x I get many different y's. What is that? Yeah, that's interesting. Well, obviously I already knew that this was not like is a misnomer. Yeah, I don't really care if it's a misnomer though. Interesting. That's not exactly what I'm looking for though. Okay, so I need a function that's able to split. Okay. This is an interesting idea, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not. But I need like... Okay, so let's say like... y equals x. Okay. Then I can easily... I say like... What is y if x equals 10? So if x equals 10, what is y? Well, since this is simple, I can say, okay, well, when x is 10, when x is 10, I already know that y is also 10. So I don't need to know about any previous values. Like, I don't care what those things are, but I know that this here is 10. I could have looked also for what is 5. So if it's 5, well, I also know that y is 5. So if I were to pass you like this sort of 0, 0, perhaps 20, 20, I would get a return of, for example, 1, like the values of y, for example. I would get like 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to things. So like all the values of y's that are inside of this square would get returned. Now this is not that interesting of a river if it's only a straight line. Oh wow. So Google allows me to have Okay, I'm gonna switch to that. So this is already more interesting as a river. But it's probably too simple. Plus X over 2, let's try that. Okay. So I'm guessing this is going to, yeah, exactly, the shape is getting, yeah. So let's say like this is that. Let's try that. So I'm pretty much defining weights now to say how much everything is affecting it. This is my scale, okay.
I have been waiting all this time for one to wake me, one to call my
Okay, so that's nice and all.
all that you hold dear. Do you fear what you will find as the dawn breaks through the night? I'm a fire.
Oops, I can't even remember. Okay. Oh, I guess the to the power of 4 is not that interesting now that I think about it. Yeah. So the power of 1, which is kind of boring, but whatever. Okay, yeah, so the odd numbers are pretty interesting. What if I inverse this? Okay, let's put it back to positive. That's cool. Oh. Okay, so I need to remember what the power of 5 looks like. Pretty straight. And to the power of 7. Okay, so this is only making it like this, okay? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. What? That does not work. Why did it not work earlier? Wow. The cynics, okay. Oh, multiplication is kind of cool. And with this, I can easily define my river. Okay. So I reduced the it's more interesting to be divided by 2. That always stays between 1 and okay, periodic function. So these things can be anything. Okay. I kind of like that. I mean, if done wrong, it looks really boring as a river. If done right, it looks really unique every single time. Okay, so let's first think about the scenario where you have a simple period. Okay, I like that a lot. Okay, so kind of screwed that up. Okay, so by having periodic functions, I can have an infinite river. But infinity is kind of boring, isn't it? Like, let's say I give you two prime numbers. For example, 3 and 7. I can't believe that. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. So let's say I have 3 and 7. 3, 6, 9. Okay, this is kind of wrong already. Okay, so first of all, these functions, they line up at 0. 6, 7, 9. Okay, so given these two functions, like this sort of unique thing repeats at 21. Well, I already knew that 21 was the answer because it's 3 times 7, but whatever. I drew this on like, and you add in something else, like I don't know, like 5, 0, 5, 10, 15. So like these two guys here, they line up, but we don't care because we keep going. And which, by the way, is gonna be 21 times 5, 100. Yeah. And then like this, you keep going, and you end up at the 105. And so, yeah. So this river lines up every 105. There's a repeat. So whatever it's doing, okay, let's actually go and try that. Sin of x plus sin of x plus boom. Okay. Let's do that. It just gives me this sort of thing, which is completely unique until you get to 105. I really wish I could enlarge that. Interesting. So this gives a bit more, too much power to the Sin army. I need like a graph program. I forget the names of those though. Oh, okay, this should be nice.
Je nous revoyais 5 ans sous les toits du lycée, tous les deux affolés d'être renagés dans le bonheur et pas tant ce bonheur, j'aurais voulu rester collé sous tes nénés. Je nous revoyais 2 ans sous les toits de Paris, tous les deux de gentils amoureux, mais c'est fait, j'ai déjà renoncé, on est là tous les deux, c'est pas vrai, c'est pas mieux, c'est pas vrai, c'est pas mieux. Je vais m'obliger pour me sevrer, je vais me forcer pour t'oublier, je vais m'engager à t'ignorer, à détester celle que j'aimais. Être content c'est gentil, oui, mais quand tout fout le camp, mes yeux coulent tout le temps, je me mouche que c'est chiant malheureux, mais quand tout va mieux, et puis non, je m'en fous, c'est trop con d'être fou. Toi tu veux faire une pause, c'est ta mère qui t'a donné l'idée, mais moi je veux passer comme ça, j'ai déjà renoncé, on est là tous les deux, c'est pas vrai, c'est pas mieux, c'est pas vrai, c'est pas mieux. Je vais m'obliger pour me sevrer, je vais me forcer pour t'oublier, je vais m'engager à t'ignorer, à détester celle que j'aimais. Je nous revoyais 20 jours sur le drap de ton lit, profiter de l'amour, de l'émoi, de l'envie de rêver sans détour, cinéma d'une vie d'espérer sans retour, mais voilà. Je nous revoyais 2 jours sous le tas des ennuis, oubliés pour toujours tous nos rêves jolis et de s'ignorer pour supporter les soucis, ne pas penser un jour que j'ai perdu ma vie, que t'as perdu ta vie. Je vais m'obliger pour me sevrer, je vais me forcer pour t'oublier, je vais m'engager à t'ignorer, à détester celle que j'aimais. Je vais m'obliger pour me sevrer, je vais me forcer pour t'oublier, je vais m'engager à t'ignorer, à détester celle que j'aimais.
Whoops, did I really put a parenthesis? Okay, that's kind of an interesting thing. two line up right there. Oh, this is long. I wonder if I missed a sink. $500, that looks way too big. Yeah, I know it sinks at 0. No, but it's just so obvious the points where it does sink. Yeah, you can't miss a point like that. So I guess those values, they sink really rarely. Almost. Boom, boom. Oh, there we go. This thing only sinks once in like 660 or something. Almost. I could have zoomed out, I guess. That's true. Okay, that's not really important though. The important thing is that it's useless. This whatever I'm doing right now. Oh, it's crazy how strong to the power of 4 is. try it.
Aujourd'hui sont-ils encore hargneux ces petits cons, ou bien devenus bons pour de bon? L'essentiel enfin, c'est qu'il ne reste plus qu'un souvenir dégueulasse qui venait tapisser ton chagrin. Et nous y sommes ce soir, enfin nous voilà demain. L'heure de savoir si les gentils gagnent à la fin. Gagnent à la fin.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. Hello, Hopping. Hey, me too. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed your comment earlier. I was probably thinking about too many things. I'm actually surprised I missed your comment for like 2 minutes or something. What I need is a function that through time can split. And it could, like, if it wanted to rejoin, it could rejoin. Or it could completely go its own way and then split many other times. And maybe this one later on can rejoin. obviously I could let it happen only in that direction. So for example, a river could not, for example, go backwards. I really want to have a function that's instead on the y-axis. How are you today, by the way? Like, do I want this to be a valid river? Or something like that? Let's look at this. There's this river. And this is how it looks like. Well, look at this. This is really nice. Right there. That's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool. Quality is so bad. This is like some rural area. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the right spot. Really? Okay, and then it becomes so small that it's lost. Okay. Like, it's so small that it's not even picked up by Google Maps. So the smaller the river, the more chaotic it can be. Like, look at that. This river went all the way, if you follow it, it goes all the way down into St. Lawrence. That's really sick. Now we can only follow the river through those trees. What is that? Oh, crops. Oh, it goes all the way up there. Look how small this is. I mean, if you're walking there, it's still pretty big, but I think it's small enough that you could jump it. Wow, this is really cool. Whoa. Then we lose it. I don't think I can follow it through that. Oh, this forest is massive. Yeah, I lost it. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, I know exactly where this is actually. Yeah. I've been there before. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. River or road generation.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Russian Circus of Blaze, where your dreams now will come true. Natasha from St. Petersburg, she was a trapezist. Vladimir from Chernobyl, he was a penguin boy, a penguin boy. Oh, a penguin boy, a bloody penguin boy. And there she's flying in the lights, and there he's dying for her lips. Always hidden, always crying in the shadow of his web. Just trapped in this body.
So that's pretty much the exact same thing I want to do.
But this night I've got a plan, there's nothing that could fail. Just trapped in this body. Natasha, look at him. But this night he's got a plan, there's nothing that could fail. He's singing lay, 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 lay. Children are screaming. What's this flying monster, mom? And Natasha tries to catch him, but his arms are too short. Now, penguin boy, now, penguin boy, this is the very sad story of how penguin boy, of penguin boy, 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 of bloody boy, the very sad story of how penguin boy. Here we go. Stizzle dab!
Well, that did not work. Oh, I could have went on the mobile version of the site. Well, whatever. Why am I in German? I think I can just do that. No. Okay, that's cool. I'm probably not gonna use that though. Sounds like too much work. Yeah, that's too much work for me. Okay. So I know that given a periodical function, I'm able to, given an x, always find a y. So given some sort of function, okay, so this sort of black box, which I don't know what's going on in there, I can feed it an x, and it can output a y. That's nice. I don't care about that because I want this to work with rivers, where I don't really want a single y. Maybe I want more than one y. And also maybe I want to feed it more than one x. Oh, that's interesting. What does that even mean? Oh. Yeah. I think this means that it's the other way then. Given the y's at a certain location, I get my x's. No, that doesn't work. Okay. No, that's a bad idea. Yeah. So given this sort of big map, okay, and then I set some points, this sort of resolution. That's annoying. So I get this sort of resolution, and I say, here there's an X. Okay, this is my X-axis. And this is my Y-axis. This is a bit too big, I think. Let's drop it down to 15. Okay, so I say here we're at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm giving you 1. Okay, so I feed into this black box, which I don't know yet what it does. I feed you 1. So I say input 1. And then you're gonna output something. So if it only outputs a single variable, then maybe at 1 there's this. So I'm here. And then at 2 maybe I'm now here. And then at 3 I'm maybe here. And then at 4 maybe I'm down here. And then at 5 maybe I drop. And then 6. And then maybe 7 I'm here. So this sort of does this graph. Okay. Now here's the thing. I want some sort of a possibility that there is more than one value. So in other words, maybe at 1 there's 1, and maybe at 2 there's now two values for y, and then maybe at 3 there's it drops back to 1, and maybe at 4 it goes up to 2, and maybe at 5 maybe there's now 3 output variables. Then maybe at 6 it drops back down to 1. Then maybe at 7 it drops back down to 1. 6 it drops back down to 2, and maybe at 7 it drops. And then this, when you start to connect the dots, it does this. Where this sort of does that. And this splits into 2. Then 5 splits into that. Okay. That's cool. Okay, that's actually really cool. It's almost what I want. It's not perfect, but it's almost there. So to know, like, let's say I give you 3, and I say like my screen is like here. In order to compute the 3, I need like the previous values to know how many branches were split, and I need the next values. But those ones are completely independent of the one from before, like their location, completely independent. And so from this value, unless I decide like to smooth stuff, like make my curves nice, then this is good. Like let's say I wanted to do some Bezier curves, where like I get like this from there, where it's like very nice. But if I say you're here, you're here. There's no like smoothing it. Like the point cannot possibly be here or anywhere. It's here. Okay. What happens though if we skip numbers? Let's restart. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my X. and Y. Okay. And so now here I feed you 1, and then you give me, I don't know, 1, something. Then I feed you 2, and then you say, oh, there's actually 3. Does this mean that this branches off into 3? I guess it does. And then if we drop back down to 1, then I guess these rivers, they connect to this point. And then if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, it drops into 4. And if I drop back down to 1, or to 2, then these 2 connect into that one, and then these 2 connect into that one. And then maybe this is 1. Okay. Now, if so, yeah, this is nice, but this works on the horizontal axis. How do I make it work so that a single river could, like maybe it branches off like this? But maybe this one goes back like that. Or do I want to make it have a bias towards going to the right? Like this function works really well in 1 dimension or 2D. No, like 1D. This is 1D. Like I only get an X. The Y we don't care. I care about the X. Now I also need to care about the Y. Okay, that fractal thing here is interesting. So let's say my black box is actually like this. So I don't know what it does, but I know it takes an X and I know it takes a Y, which I feed into there, and it outputs something. I see. So the Z right here. So given like this sort of 2D map, so let's say I say Z is either a 1 or a 0. So it's either 1 or 0. Or 0 or 1. On, off. So given X and Y, do something. Whatever you're doing, give me a 0 or a 1. Or I could say, give me a 0 or a 1, a red, blue or red. So I run this XY. I guess this is just like a noise function, but whatever. So I know that at this location there's that. Maybe here it's a red. I don't know. Okay, so how do I use this data? Maybe I connect like the red ones that are like in the same area. And this one gets connected to this. Then these ones get connected. Maybe. Is this how it's supposed to work? Let's undo all of that. So I get this sort of 2D map. And I need some rules that define how they can connect. So can this guy connect to this? Maybe this, like, you're allowed to connect to anything inside of like your box. So like these guys would be connected, connect. And then this guy is not in the same box as this guy. Like they don't see each other pretty much. So you get to connect these two. You get to connect these two. And then this guy can connect to this. But this guy cannot connect. You can connect there. And then you can connect there. But like this is an isolated point. So since it's isolated, you don't use it maybe. So like this is discard. But like from that you also need to compute like the flow. You need like some sort of flow data, like which direction are we going? Are we going that way? Or are we going that way? I guess the idea is to like start on a node somewhere. I don't even know if this is legal, but whatever. And then you say, okay, go from there. So that's your source. And then everything else gets computed one by one. And then you don't get any contradiction. Are there any cases where the water ends up meeting face to face? Like this is a way to create like a graph, I guess. This is kind of... So I don't know if this is interesting or not. Is that something that's can be considered interesting? And what do I end up doing with this point? Is that an island or a lake or what is that? Oops, did I really do that? Is there a better way of computing the flow instead of having like a root node? Because the root node gets lost. Like let's say I only generate this part right here. I lose my root node. And so then I need to pick another root node. And if I pick this one, then this water ends up turning onto the other side. So yeah, this way of getting a root node doesn't work. Just like picking one doesn't work. I need like, with no doubts, know where the water is going. And no matter which area I'm generating, it still needs to work. Okay. Maybe I can have like this concept of strength. Where the flow is going from stronger to weaker. From stronger to weaker. So instead of being just a 1 or a 0, maybe it's a 1 or a 0, but if it's a 1, it also has a strength of like something from like maybe 0 to 1. And so based on the strength, this is what determines where I'm going to. The problem is like this introduces a different problem. Different scenario, which was the reason for choosing a root node in the first place. Am I doing a chess game? I wish. I've actually put that in my to-do list already. And write a chess app that loads PG and databases and simulate some fake player playing speed. Load next game automatically. Oops. What I'm doing right now is trying to generate some rivers. Thought I was joking. Hey. I was ready for that question. I knew someone somewhere would question me about chess. Oops. So like this is some sort of random data. Yeah, I don't like that. So then I link those together. And then this ends there. This here gets connected. Is that good? Based on this algorithm, this is what would happen actually. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let's say like with this algorithm, this is exactly what happens. Now I get this sort of graph, and I need to determine the flow of the water, like which way is the water going. The way I'm thinking of I'm going to do this is with the strength. So maybe there's this sort of value. So maybe this is like 0.1, and here this is 0.2, and you are like 0.7 and okay, and you're like point. I could have like removed that, whatever. Okay. And then I can say the flow goes from the stronger to the weaker. So in this case, this is the way it would go. And then the stronger would go down into the weaker. And then the stronger 2 would go the 7 like that. And the 7 right here, whoops. 7 down into this. So this is considered like a root node pretty much. From 4 down to 3, 3 down to 1, 1 towards 6 towards 1. So this one splits into 3. If they are equal, maybe there's no path there. This is still pretty weird. And maybe like for the purposes of this, like a root node is like under a rock or something, or hidden behind a tree, or I don't like this color. This is like underground or something. I think rivers should at most split into two. Okay, so this is actually going to be used for like everything in my world. is going to be used to like draw rivers. It's also going to be used to draw trees. Maybe it's going to be used to draw moss on the trees. Maybe not. No, not the moss, but maybe it's going to be used to figure out where objects are, like where are the mushrooms and where are the birds and I'm drawing so big now. Everything is so small in comparison to this big drawings. Anyway, so this structure allows me to indeed do my rivers where they can start somewhere, they can split, they can merge, they're able to like not my best drawing, but whatever. And I could also just use a gradient, like a simple 1D gradient where no matter what, you always go from one side to the next. That's the direction the water flows in. Could do that. Hello, XL3. What's the game about? I'll show you. It's a puzzle game where your goal is to observe some pattern. And the patterns are time-based, and your goal is to figure out where to be and when. So for example, given this pattern, so I look at this, and then I notice there's a big line, so then I figure out how to cross, and if I get hit by the explosions, I die. So if I get hit here, then I restart. So the core concept is this sort of maze-like time. So it's a like time-based maze where you can just run through it. Like if I run there, I die. I almost did manage to run it. I wonder if this puzzle is runnable. So I can just run it. I can just run it blindly. I need to observe this. And then when I figure out where I'm supposed to be and when, then I can go. So as you can see, this was the pattern to beat this one. So like this pattern is slightly more complicated, but it's not really. Obviously I've beaten the game 1,000 times or more. Oops. So I know like how to beat these ones. Oop. So those are harder than they would be in the actual games. Those are not real first level. Oops, I kind of missed that one. I kind of don't want to go there. Boom. Yeah, I mean, there's more than one way to add difficulty. Obviously, one way is to make the levels longer, so have more steps required to beat it. I can also make it be faster, so obviously something faster requires you to click more, or like something faster requires you to click accurately and but yeah, like are there any special game mechanics? I don't really want some special game mechanics or moving platforms. Maybe later, but really I don't plan on having moving platforms because I think this sort of thing is good enough on its own, and I don't want to make like some artificial complexity to the game where like I think the patterns I think I can create with this in the morning. Oh, nice. Like sorry. The concept of the game is really simple. And I don't want to lose by like the simplicity of this by adding more stuff. Like I can make the game harder by like making harder sort of levels, but I don't want to make it harder by having artificial gimmicks. Like I don't want to put too many gimmicks in this game. Like if you play games like Braid, like they have this sort of rewind the time core mechanic of the game, and then as you play it, they sort of add gimmicks. Though I think for the brain it worked pretty well. For my game, it's kind of like I'm scared that the gimmicks are going to be frustrating. Like the game is already frustrating enough as it is, and I don't know if like adding, for example, a moving platform. Like obviously this is just one possible thing. If it would not just add too many frustrations, or like I could, like for example, I could like leave everything there and then start adding rotations. And then I need to like beat this with like a rotation. But like this is like a weird gimmick. Oh shit, oh I couldn't click. Or like, I almost beat that actually. Wow, crazy, I went all the way up to there. I just needed to manage to click there. But like, like for this game, I think the game feels good no matter what. If you're able to like play the game, and like if everything fits, or like if the music syncs to your actions or to the puzzle, then I think that's enough to make this game fun. But anyway, like this is the mechanic. So the mechanic I don't think is going to change too much. I'm probably not gonna add too much complexity, more than like the basic time-based. Because I mean, like I make it look easy because I've played this game 1,000 times, but someone else that plays it is going to like not exactly know what to do. Like you see this, maybe this one is easy enough that you can figure out that you need to be up there at some point, like when there's this line. And then like if you go right away, so like this thing requires you to pause on this square after being up there. Anyway, yeah, anyway, that's like the core thing. But now I have this sort of new game, like the story. Yeah, they're fast enough, but I think most people are gonna struggle even on those like easy levels, but maybe not. So the game is called Rashtal, and the name itself is going to be the name of the volcano. Like, I want a game that is not too stressful, that you can just play at your own pace. So like, if it takes you 10 minutes to beat 10 puzzles, then that's pretty good. But if it takes you like 3 hours to beat one, then that's good too. Like, you're not like getting penalized. Anyway, so like the volcano is called Rashtal. And so the core idea of the story is going to be that at any time this volcano... this music is annoying. I'm trying to talk over it. Okay, sorry about that. The core idea would be that the volcano at any time could go into eruption and kill everything on the planet because it's so big. And so you're going to be this sort of special creature, and I'll show you like the... eventually the game is going to look somewhat like... Oops. It's going to look somewhat like this. So you're gonna be on this sort of jungle, and the jungle is somewhere around this volcano, and then you're gonna be beating the levels, and then it's annoying. Yeah. So you're in this sort of world where you're like beating the levels. It sort of makes the volcano lose a bit of its energy. Yeah, so beating a level, like, it allows you to absorb the energy of the volcano a bit through the level, and then maybe it's going to make you shine brighter. So like this whole world, like these creatures, their lifestyle, like their energy, instead of being like electricity or whatever, it's going to be directly taken from the volcano's energy. So like the justification for you doing those levels in this world is that you need the energy to live. Yeah, that's the cutest spider ever, right? You need the energy of the volcano to live. But also, if you don't take the energy from it, it ends up killing everyone on the planet. Yeah, like the puzzle is really simple, but I want you to be in like this sort of alien world. And right now I'm starting to, like, I'm thinking about how can I generate this world when the only thing I want to provide is this. Like, if I want to make a new level, I create a new level, okay? And then I decide, okay, I like to think of both. So let's say this is like this sort of level where maybe there's this thing up there. Oops. I don't know if my camera, like right now I hard-coded a couple of values in this game. Oops. Yeah, perfect, 6. Okay, perfect. So yeah, like levels are like, they can be so simple or really complicated. This is really fast already, but whatever. Turn base. How do I make a nice and cool level? Yeah, I wanted an editor that I can just use from within the game. I'm not entirely satisfied, but whatever. Okay. By the way, the explosions, those graphics, like everything is temporary. Even like those graphics that look final, they're just tests.
Rien de nouveau sous la lune. Je m'étends sur ma fortune de rire et de pacotille et de souvenirs qui brillent. Vole avec moi sur les aiguilles des grands sapins au pied des nuages. Du lien. Rien de précis pour la suite, même si le monde autour s'agite, puisque ma queue d'écureuil formera mon touffu linceul.
Oh,
Vole avec moi sur les
I hear a
aiguilles des
bug
grands
actually.
sapins au pied des nuages.
I wonder why.
Viens.
This is gonna be like pretty boring level, but I don't know if this is beatable yet.
Et mon amour, je
Actually,
t'invite
that's not gonna
que
work.
dans mon cocon j'abrite les plus sucrés des noisettes pour passer l'hiver en fête. Vole avec moi sur les aiguilles des grands sapins au pied des nuages.
Oh,
Que peut-on rêver de plus que le sommeil à la russe? Nos vies coulées sous les plumes à des frissons de bitume. Vole avec moi sur les aiguilles des grands sapins au pied des nuages.
okay. Keep going right as it's spawning. Oh. I think this is beatable already. Ah, shit. I need to wait again. Oh, so close. Oh. Ah, shit. Okay. This is why when the music is gonna be important to help. So when it spawns right there. Oops. Oops. Just slightly too far. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't actually know if it's beatable. Yeah, I think I can't. Anyway, I wanted to do a fun level, and this is the opposite of fun, just because the patterns are really boring. Yeah. Like the way you beat this is not that fun. Like even, yeah. What would be a nice pattern to walk into that? It's really big. That's odd. My tablet isn't working anymore. The pressure. Yeah, the pressure is not taken. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, Crossroads would be interesting. Here, one sec, I'll show you how to make it cool. Never mind, it is not fixed. Ah. The thickness is like annoying. There's no, my tablet just doesn't work for some reason. Okay. So maybe I start here. Hello, Shorty Mino. Go here. Okay, so I first need to do this pattern, then go like that. Perfect. So to make this sort of triangle pattern, by the cuffs, and I just got my rifle home. So now you have a car and a rifle. Okay, line. Okay. Right. Oops. Oh, is there 2 lines? Yeah, 2. Oops. I almost missed my... Okay, so this pattern is in... Oh shit. And it's like... Ah, right. Oh. Kind of got hit by the side there. Okay, that's interesting, I think. Choom, 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 choom. Now you're back there. Okay, so maybe for that I shorten that. and then I go up there. Okay. Oh, can I make that? No. Okay, so now I'm here. This happened. This is kind of a bad way of doing this, but whatever. Define green areas without explosions. I think I'm gonna do that actually. That way it's easier to create levels. Like know what's possible, then run like a crazy. Oh, and then fill the explosion to match. That's actually cool. I like that idea. Or at least do your thing. Then I run through the level, sure enough. And it sort of records where explosions can be in order to not kill me. Like essentially all that I'm doing is putting explosions where I think the player should not be. I'm essentially blocking paths in order for the player to be somewhere else than where the explosions are. And obviously the goal is to have as few explosions as possible. Just enough to block the paths that I don't want them to take. But give them like... yeah. Like what I have is already not bad for designing. But it's still kind of hard. Oh, like if anything, I can have this little animation thing where I should be able to place some sort of marker through those steps, and then then I can see where the marker is supposed to be during those. Like right now, I know I'm here. 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 I know I'm somewhere here. Yeah, and then I can have more than one paths. Yeah. Or I can make an even better tool where I put my explosions and automatically my system calculates where I could be. For example, if I'm here, then I know my system knows I cannot be anywhere else. At this point here, my system knows I could be anywhere inside of this. Then my system knows I could be anywhere inside of this. Then my system knows I could be anywhere here. And then it needs to know that I could be either here, up there, or I could be down there, or I could be down there. Then it should know that I could be here, or here, or here. Then it... So like putting the obstacles and then running my thing should tell me where the player could be. This would allow me to see right away if there's more than one path. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom. I think I can beat that already. Oh. Okay, let's make it super slow for now. 24. Oh, my thing automatically detected that it's plus 800. Okay, I see. 72, okay, sure. Okay, I just missed it. Oh, missed it? Shit. I don't know when I'm supposed to start. Okay. I'm cheating, but whatever. Top, bottom. Okay. Oh, I needed to be there, right. So I just saw that the level is not that good. Let's reset. Oh, whoops. Okay. It's not that fun because, I mean, the patterns are not... Oh, I have a lot of debug. Like for example, here I can see my path. I have this right here where I can see my nodes. I have even this like where I can determine what type of terrain or those sort of nodes where I'm allowed to click. So like if I misclick outside this cell, it still like goes mostly to the right location, or rather where it thinks it should be. Oh, that's so bad. Also, like, where did I just die? So I can see exactly where I got touched. game design one. Okay, I see what you mean now. But yeah, where you can see an explosion. Okay, how can I make this mode exactly where I can know exactly where the player could be in this level? I want to do this sort of graph where I know that my player cannot be. He starts here, and now like it sends a guy there, sends a guy there, sends a guy there. It could also send a guy right now, and the guy dies. So I essentially cheated, or rather did something that should not have been. Nice green cubes, right? Oops. Okay, perfect. Oh shit. Okay, good. Oh shit. I'm trying to think about how I want to draw this sort of area that my player can be at. Like I want to draw some sort of ranges. But it sort of needs to be like It's not just a square shape, it's a... Like, given this level, and then it's also based on the speed of like how much time you have between the intervals. Like if you don't have enough time, then maybe this is going to show like, okay, well you can only reach this area. So if the purple doesn't reach this area, at least like a safe spot, then you know you can't reach. Okay, so I don't need to actually compute a lot of stuff. It's going to have to be based on like overlaps. Based on the previous level. So based on the previous thing, so right now I would need to do some sort of drawing that tells me I can reach somewhere inside of the center of this. And then here, based on this, I need to have a drawing that does like each step in between. Like if I'm here, I know that I can be anywhere in there. And then here I can be anywhere. Here I cannot anymore. sucks not to be able to draw lines. Straight lines, that is. Okay. So given that, I would be able to like draw, like I can reach like anywhere in here. And based on that, I can reach anywhere in here. And then based on that, I can be anywhere here, anywhere here. And so if between the steps two region overlap, so in other words, I can be with the right code, my game should already know if a level is possible or not. Yeah. Why do I lose the pressure? Like right there, I lost my pressure. Every time I restart the program, it works, and then it stops working. You see, like right there, I can press really light, and start pressing heavier. Go back to like light. Go back to big. Now I lost it. Now I can't do any passive pressure. I mean, I wonder if there's a new version. There is. Nice, okay. New version fixes a lot of bugs. I'm getting it right now. Thank you. Now let me run my installer. Is that because of Avast, or is that Oh, they're not letting me. Ah, finally. Well, whatever. The program is currently getting made, so there's a couple bugs. Oh, whatever. I wonder why my thing doesn't take pressure anymore. It was working fine until some, like now. Did my like, yeah, actually I don't know. It's kind of weird. If I open my paint. Yeah, the pressure is working right there. Oops, but it's glitchy, but yeah. So it's just like built-in that's glitchy, glitching. So at any given time, I'm like sending some sort of rays or something through that. And so I'm always sending them, or rather, I'm sending like 2 rays per frame. So I'm sending a ray right as this thing starts. Okay. And then I'm sending a ray right as this thing starts. Right after this. So maybe my first ray is now here. And then now it's here. And now it's here. And then here it's here. So I start that guy there, I start that guy there. Okay. Okay, so a starting tile has like 3 values pretty much. So what a speed means, it means that when you're somewhere, this for like, let's say you do this speed, so a certain speed, and this is true for a certain amount of so it means that if this x is like 500, it means I'm moving 500 units per second. So in any angles, I can move 500 units. Unless I run into some sort of obstacle, I can go in any angle in a circle arc.
To those sad eyes, and I knew there's something deep inside of you. You would not let me through. You're not taking any chances. No, I told you of my stances. You would not let me through. You could not get to you. Your saddest eyes were all I knew. But in those past lives you were free. Now it seems so obvious to me. Victorious but cold, defeated when she was old. She fell down many times. Atlantis, you were taking many chances. So defeated when your dad says, baby, you're no better than me. Dreamer and the scientist. She's out of hope, she's out of bliss. She makes no difference now to me. But in those past lives she was free. In those past lives you were free. Now it seems so obvious to me. Victorious but cold.
So I should do the opposite.
She was old. She fell down many times. And now this life is all you see.
Yeah.
Questioning what she could be has become confusing, we are told. At 29 to feel so old. She fell down many times. Atlantis. Atlantis.
Sorry, my music must have been loud all this time.
Atlantis.
I think I need to go eat now. So if at this location there I say everything here dies, then I can say everything else is filled with green. Ah, this is glitched. I can't even draw.
Mr. Pennyvalent, macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, dass die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für euren Sexshade will nicht so fett. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren. Mr. Pennyvalent, macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, dass die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für euren Sexshade will nicht so fett. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren. Und zwar mit F zum A zum LKH-Beat. Seid ihr bereit für das Masterpiece? Ich weiß jetzt schon, wenn ich diesen Part release, dass du die Neider nicht mal mehr atmen siehst. Denn keiner hat mich kommen sehen, ich konnte in aller Ruhe die Bombe legen. Und nun ist es schon zu spät, denn ich habe meine Tarnfarbe abgelegt. Habe lang genug die Szene beäugt und gesehen, wie eure Musik die Szene verseucht hat. Gesehen, wie ihr dachtet, alles geht sich um euch. Doch jeder von euch hat sich im Chameleon getäuscht. Denn ich sehe alles, ich weiß, wer ihr seid. Und ihr seid überhyped und der Hype ist vorbei. Und vorbei ist die Zeit, in der der Hype für euch reicht, um euch reich zu machen. Also bleibt, wo ihr seid, denn hier kommt Pennyvalent. Macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, dass die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für eure Sexshade will nicht so fett. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren. Mr. Pennyvalent, macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, dass die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für eure Sexshade will nicht so fett. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren.
So you better get your ass a sweater, breaking these moves down to the last letter. So you better get your ass a sweater. I'm what they call a living legend.
Also wenn ihr Schweißfliegen auf einmal fehlt, wundert euch nicht, denn keiner da draußen hat eine schnellere Zunge als ich. Ich habe alles hundertprozentig im Blickfeld untergekriegt. Und ich weiß so viele wie es von euch da draußen, die verhungere ich nicht. Also check die Regeln, bleib erstens wachsam, denn ich komme ohne großen Lärm zu machen. Nur plötzlich lasse ich es Nerve krachen und ab dem Moment gibt es nichts mehr zu lachen. Das führt zu Punkt 2. Ähnlich Respekt, mich interessiert nicht, wie dämlich ihr Rap-Nominee in meinem Revier steht. Und ich check das hier, wir nehmen mich ab, bis täglich verreckt. Punkt Nummer 3 zum Gelten. Spiel nicht den kleinen Helden, denn im Battle gegen mich wird dir sicherlich keiner helfen. Und weißt doch, egal mit wie viel Typen du auf musst, ich schalte auf Rot und bringe die entsprechenden Gefühle zum Ausdruck. Und wenn du die Regeln nicht beachtest, bang, mit dieser Gefühlsausbruch sich umslammt, spätestens dann wirst du erkennen, dass es definitiv klug ist zu rennen. Und ring, die Alarm. Komm, bist du weg, schon bin ich wieder getan. Also behaupte nicht, ich hätte dich nicht gewarnt, denn ich sag es laut und deutlich. Hier kommt Penny Ballett, macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, lasst die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für euren Sick-Shit bin ich zu fit. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren. Mr. Penny Ballett, macht was ihr wollt, der steht fest, lasst die Leute ab heute kapieren. Für euren Sick-Shit bin ich zu fit. Das Chameleon wird ab heute deutschen Rap neu definieren. Penny Ballett, ja. Penny Ballett, ja. Penny Ballett, ja. Was war ihr denn tun? Penny Ballett, ja. Penny Ballett, ja. Hier ist der Name, ja. Penny Ballett, ja. Yes, Penny Ballett.
Okay, I'll go eat something and I'll think more about this, but oops, I kind of waited.
Girl, I see you in the street. I'm confident in looking at your feet. Beautiful like the sun, shining soft in illusion. You cry in front of a mirror sometimes. Think and think. I wish I was from Venus. I was born to shine. I wish I was from Venus. So I wish I was from Venus. Touched by a lightning arrow. I wish I was from Venus. And let it shine.
Oh, that works. Nice. Okay.